Yo, what's up, people? It's your boy. I'm Dwyane, and I am back with another video. Okay, before I start today's video, I have to state this for the record. When you're talking about LeBron James, comparing LeBron James to the past greats in the NBA, a lot of people try to make the comparisons of LeBron James and Michael Jordan. And when people do that, excuse me, that's not really fair to either LeBron James and Michael Jordan. They play two different positions, they had two different styles, and they had two different ways to motivate their team, okay? A lot of people wanted to have LeBron James surpass Michael Jordan, even though Michael Jordan has 6 championships and LeBron James doesn't, okay? Now, that's not discrediting the things LeBron James has done over his career. That's not saying, well, if you're not better than Michael Jordan, you're just not a good NBA player. And I can go down the line in the past 20 years of basketball history. There have been a lot of great NBA players, but when you try to compare their resume to Michael Jordan's, it's not even close. And just because they're not close to Michael Jordan's resume, that doesn't necessarily mean they wasn't great players, okay? Now, yesterday, the Cleveland Cavaliers went up against the Golden State Warriors. I thought, and I was under the impression, that the Cleveland Cavaliers could probably get a game in their own stadium because they're close to home. This is considered home to them. They'll be close to their family, and then they'll get back into the swing of things. They're in their own comfort zone, their comfort space. And for much of that game, the Cleveland Cavaliers pretty much controlled that game until the final few minutes of the fourth quarter. Now, you can tell in the fourth quarter, the Cleveland Cavaliers were dead dog tired, okay? They were exhausted, all right? And you can clearly tell when they go into timeout, they were pretty much leaning on one another. Excuse me, not laying, but leaning on one another. They just couldn't, get their breath and get their energy back, okay? And the one thing I have to commend the Golden State Warriors is they have 4 all-star players, but they also have a deep roster. They can go 12 deep. Let's be fair. They can probably go 10 deep, whereas the Cleveland Cavaliers, they can probably only go as far as maybe 6 deep, maybe 7. 7 is stretching it, okay? Now, when the video I uploaded a couple of days ago, I said if the Cleveland Cavaliers were going to beat the Golden State Warriors, they had to do several things. Slow the game down, slow the tempo down, and make it a possession game, okay? Basically say in a nutshell, you know what? We don't have a player on our side of the court that can defend Kevin Durant and Steph Curry. We're just going to let them take off, let them do what they normally do. But as far as the rest of the players on the Golden State Warriors, we're going to D up in their face. We're going to put some pressure on them. And we're going to ultimately just let them pass the ball very quickly. And if they pass it too fast, we can capitalize on the turnovers. I thought that they was going to utilize Tristan Thompson a little bit more, particularly when Tristan Thompson is matched up with Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant normally gets the assignment to D up Tristan Thompson, and when he does that, I thought the Cleveland Cavaliers was going to make him pay for that decision, because I don't think Kevin Durant has the upper body strength to compete with Tristan Thompson down low, okay? So I thought the Cleveland Cavaliers was going to take advantage of that. They had opportunities, but they never didn't use that particular ideal. Now, I thought that the Cleveland Cavaliers, if LeBron just continued to be LeBron, Kyrie Irving, if Kevin Love can have one of those games, like back when he used to play with Minnesota, if he had one of those type particular games, and the rest of the squad just, contribute some kind of way, I thought ultimately the Cleveland Cavaliers were going to beat the Golden State Warriors in Game 3. Now, everything came to fruition, okay, except the Christian Thompson angle, but everything came to fruition, and at brief moments of the game, they were controlling the tempo, but where the Cleveland Cavaliers screwed up was midway through the fourth when they was trying to kill time off the clock, okay, and they did it in a couple of areas where if they just gave the ball to LeBron James, all LeBron James has to do is just turn around and try to get to the basket. Now, by LeBron James doing that, then he's going to go to the line to shoot some free throws. Now, normally LeBron James really doesn't feel comfortable late in the game to shoot free throws. He just kind of stay away from opportunities like that, okay? And I felt like if LeBron could just say to himself, look, I'm going to try to get my team the victory, and it's all going to be on my shoulders. I'm going to try to take it to the basket. I'm going to try to attack. I know they're going to foul me. There's really, there's really nobody on the Golden State Warriors that can defend LeBron James when he is motivated that way, when he's thinking that way, okay? And several occasions in the fourth, he pretty much was eating time, and he was being an assist guy, a service guy, basically throwing the ball to somebody else saying, hey, yo, you take the shot, okay? And many of those occasions, it was Kyrie Irving. Now, Kyrie Irving, there's really no excuse for you on that final possession. You dribbling, and then you step back to the 3-point line to shoot basically an air ball. I thought there was no way that ball was even going to touch the rim. On situations like that, I felt like Kyrie Irving should have gave it to someone else who had a better look. And if you look at the top, I think it's the top left corner opposite where the ball action was going with Kyrie Irving, LeBron James was just standing there, okay? Now, I don't know if Kyrie Irving didn't see him. I'm just going to assume Kyrie Irving did not see LeBron, or they got an understanding where LeBron has told the other players on the Cleveland Cavaliers, yo, look, don't look for me to shoot the last second shot. I got the feeling that they had an understanding with LeBron James about having him to take the last shot. I don't think LeBron James wanted that smoke. He didn't want that drama. He didn't want that situation. And that's the real reason why the Cleveland Cavaliers lost Game 3. Now, when you listen to them in the post-game report, after the game, LeBron James pretty much commended the Golden State Warriors. He said basically, quote, this is a team I have never faced in my career, all right? Basically, he's just passing the torch to the Golden State Warriors saying, hey, yo, I did the best I could do. I scored a triple-double in Game 1, Game 2, and I could have gotten a triple-double in Game 3. I did what I can do, okay? There have been a couple of games with the Cleveland Cavaliers versus the Golden State Warriors where Kevin Durant was pretty much having his way with LeBron James, okay? Now, let me say this in a nutshell, okay? This is the real reason why you should never compare current stars with stars in the past, because if the situation was where Michael Jordan was with the Cleveland Cavaliers, okay, I think Michael Jordan, he had that killer mindset. Basically, Michael Jordan would say, hey, yo, I'm gonna put the team on my back. I'm gonna do whatever I have to do to get my team a W. Okay, I really don't think if Michael Jordan was on that squad, the Cleveland Cavaliers would be down 2-0. Okay, I really think Michael Jordan would have figured out somehow, some way to at least steal a game with the Golden State Warriors, either game 1 or game 2. Okay, it's not going to go down that way with Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is not going to give up that fast. Okay, and this is no diss shot or disc. This is really no disc at LeBron James, but LeBron James is who he is. LeBron James is more of a passer. He's more of an individual that want to make the right play each possession. And when you're doing that, sometimes you outthink yourself. Okay, particularly late in quarters where you really don't have enough time to think things through. Like, okay, what should I do? Should I take it down? Should I slam it? Should I pass it to Kyle Korver? What about J.R. Smith? Is J.R. Smith back on his game again? Kevin Love, where's Kevin Love? Late in quarters, that's a problem. Now, in the beginning of basketball games, the tempo is kind of slow. The energy in the room is not moving around a bit. You have moments where you can think things through, like a Peyton Manning. A lot of people view LeBron James like Peyton Manning, okay? Thinks way too much about each and every play. And sometimes you beat yourself in some of those occasions. And I think LeBron James has done that at least on game 3. Okay, I think he tries to overthink the room, and sometimes it's not necessarily about thinking. Sometimes it's more about action. What are you going to do? Sometimes you have to make yourself accountable, and I don't think LeBron James does that to himself because, one, he doesn't have the killer mentality like a Michael Jordan. That's why I don't like this argument where we have to compare the two, okay? Yes, I feel like LeBron James should be in the same discussions as Michael Jordan. He should be in the same stratosphere as Michael Jordan. But when you compare them straight up, 1 versus 1, it's no question that Michael Jordan is a better player than LeBron James, okay? And that's not dissing LeBron James. How many players can say that they're better than Michael Jordan in the past 30 years? Not that many. I mean, not many at all, okay? LeBron James is the closest we have ever come to an individual where we can have an argument like, yo, this is a real discussion. LeBron James and Michael Jordan, who's better, okay? But if LeBron James loses this finals, and if he loses in a sweep, that's pretty much 2 sweeps on his resume in the finals. All right? That's just my opinion. I count the Mavericks when he was with Miami and they played the Mavericks. I count that as a sweep. Now, I know a lot of other people may not count it that way, but I count it that way. And when you got 2 final sweeps on your resume, you really, the numbers don't lie, okay? The numbers are what the numbers are. And, I just don't think LeBron James can out-talk himself out of a situation like this. That's why Jalen Rose is, the comments he made on First Take about 3 days ago, talking about when LeBron James become a free agent, LeBron James may leave Cleveland. He may say, hey, yo, look, I went to Cleveland. We went to 2 finals. We won 1. I did my job. I gave the state of Cleveland a championship. They haven't had a championship in a they never had a championship. And this is their first, okay? He could technically just say, look, I done my job. I done my due diligence. Now I'm trying to chase these rings. Now, Jalen Rose talked about, well, I can see him with the Lakers. And I really don't see him with the Lakers unless the Lakers draft really, 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 really well, okay? Or they pick up a free agent superstar in the summer, either this summer or next summer, and I really don't see that either. Okay, what NBA free agent superstar is joining the Lakers? That's why I stated, for the record, do not be shocked, do not be surprised if LeBron James entertained the notion of joining the Golden State Warriors. Okay, now the Golden State Warriors have to sign two $200 million players. Okay, they have to give Chef Curry $200 million, maybe $100 million, and they definitely have to give Kevin Durant $200 million or something close to that effect. And when those two players are demanding so much money, Draymond Green probably might be on the outside looking in, and the Golden State Warriors can look at this and say, hey, yo, look, LeBron made a ton of money, not only with NBA teams, but things outside of the NBA circle. So we can just pay LeBron James the league minimum, and he will join our team, and we can get rid of Draymond Green. Draymond Green, a lot of people don't see this, but Draymond Green is becoming a headache for the Golden State Warriors. And ultimately, if you had to choose between Draymond Green or an older LeBron James, you're going to pick the older LeBron James. Now, 2 years from now, LeBron James, I still think he can still score 20 points. He can still get the assists. He may be declining on the rebounds. You probably won't be able to get him to do what he normally did, particularly with the Miami Heat, be very explosive to the hole, but he really doesn't even do that late in games. So 2 years from now, he'll be somewhat explosive. I think he'll start working on his low post game because he's a little bit older. I think he'll be working on his mid-range game, and I think he's going to step it up a little bit on the free throw line. But that's still a great player. He may not be the number one player in the world 2 years from now, but he'll be a two, or maybe the third best player, or even the fourth best player, and that's still good enough considering the landscape of the NBA. Okay, but guys, tell me what you think. Rate, comment, subscribe. Please hit that notification bell on my YouTube channel so you'll be informed when my next video or live stream is going down. It's your boy, I'm Dwyane, and now you mute.